Hi everyone, we're going to use AutoCAD 2016 for Mac to draw a bar stool. This is to show the cylinder tool, the sweep tool, and the fillet tool. So I have here an empty drawing, and here's the cylinder tool. Let's do this in 3D view. So I'll go into an isometric view. And I'll start my circle for the stool top, for the cushion of a bar stool, sort of a diner stool. And I'm going to make it 16 inches round. So it's got a radius of 8 and a height of 2. And I press twice. Now I have to zoom out, and there it is. So I was a little too close. Let's do that again now that I've zoomed out. Let's delete it. Cylinder tool, start at 0, 0, go out to 8, enter, and now I can have the height here, 2, enter. So there's my object. Now this is going to be the cushion, and it goes on top of the stool. So the cushions would have a round edge. So I'm going to use the fillet tool right here. Fillet edge. I'm going to click on there, and I've got a radius of 1 inch down here. See, it says 1 inch right here. And radius of 1 inch is perfectly fine with me. So I'm just going to hit enter, and then I need to hit enter again to accept the fillet. Or I can change the radius again by hitting R. So in this case, I'm accepting it, and I hit return. So now I've got my object, and it's filleted, and there's what it looks like from the front. Okay. So there's the object. Now I need to make the silver base to the stool, because this is just the cushion. So I'm going to hit the cylinder command again. Click here, click out to the edge of my original cushion size, click there, and it's 8 inches, so I'm going to hit enter. And now I can go up and down, and right now it's set for 2 inches from last time, okay? But I can pull down, or I can pull up. Now so I'm going to enter 4 inches as my measurement. Now I would try -4, and that is likely not. Well, it worked this time. Last time I tried it, it didn't work. So now I did -4, and that's the base for this thing. Okay, so there's the base. Now let's take a look at it from the front. So there's the cushion, and there's the base. Okay, let's go down, and now we need to make a pillar to hold the thing up off the floor. So I'm going to click on my cylinder tool again. And this time I'm going to make it 4 inches. So it's got a 2-inch radius. There's that, and we're going to go down about 30 inches. No, that's a little tall. No, that's a good height. 30 inches. -30. Enter. There we go. So now I have my post that's holding it up off the floor. So let's take a look. But the post is going up into the seat, so we need to move this down. So I'm going to grab this, move it straight down, zoom in, line it up to the bottom. There we go. So now it's off the bottom. Now let's take a quick look. Okay, look, it's off center. So we've got to move it to the center. Move it here. Now let's see if it snaps to the top of the stool, which would then get in the way again. See, so it moved it back up again. So this time I'm going to use the 3D move command. 3D move. Okay, and I need my base point right there. I'm going to move it straight down to here, and hopefully it moved in a straight line. Let's take a look. It didn't. So let's try that again. Let's do a 3D move in isometric view. 3D move. And now we've got it here. So now we can move it like so. Okay, now if you look at the grid right in the center, right here in the grid area, I'm looking for the middle of the center grid. Click there, and let's take a look. There we got it, there, and here. So now we're in a good spot. Now we're going to create a flange at the floor level. So we're going to need to draw a flange shape, and we're going to use the sweep tool for that. But to draw the flange shape, I need to use the polyline tool, and to use that I need to be in top view instead of right view. So we need a new UCS. So the UCS tool I'm going to use here, so we want this view right here because we're at the side, is just V for view. Now we have a nice view from the side, and our stool is lined up to our grid. Use the polyline tool. I'm going to start at the base. See what happens there. There we go. We have a start. We're going to come out here, let's say 3 inches. Okay, so there's 3 inches. Now we want to make a curve coming up from this flange. So we're going to change the arc tool of the polyline tool. So A for arc. And we're going to use the second point method for our A for arc. So that's S for second point. And I draw the second point here. And there's our nice arc. Okay, and now I'm going to bring it up to, let's say about, let's split this difference. So let's turn off our snaps for just a second. Okay, and we'll have a nice arc like this. And then we're going to make another arc like this, coming up. Now we're going to hit L to change to the line tool. We're going to turn our snaps back on, straight over, and then down. C for close. So here is our shape for our sweep. Now we're going to look at this object from, we need to switch back to our WCS. And let's do it from the top. Okay, let's draw a circle. It's going to be 2 inches because that's what the post was. We've selected the circle itself. We need to move it down to the bottom. So I'm going to hit 3D move. And move it all the way down to the bottom. It doesn't need to be right at the bottom because we're lining up to our object to do a sweep. So now I'm going to do a sweep. Enter. Select object to sweep. And that's our object here. Okay. And now I'm going to hit enter. Sweep, select sweep path. And that's this part here. And there it is. So there's our flange. Okay. Now let's take a look at it in shaded view. That looks pretty good. Now let's give it some color. So there's this object. I'm going to open my media materials browser, which actually I have open in another window over here. Let's pull it into view. And let's give this, let's choose plastic. And let's make this high gloss burnt red for the top. And then let's choose metal. Let's do a polished silver because it's sort of like chrome. Apply to that one. And then let's make the post black. That one, and we'll make the flange also this silver color. And there is zoom all. There is our stool. Now that we have this stool the way it is, I would like to make some refinements. So let's take a look. Let me get rid of this materials browser, get it out of the way. Let's take a look at this puppy from the left side. And these cushions usually have a little bit of return underneath them. So I'm going to add another fillet to the bottom of it. And let's see if this will work. And let's see, we grabbed the bottom piece here. So that's not going to work for us. So let's take a moment and separate the top from our unit just for a second. Let's move it up a tiny bit. And now we're going to look at it sort of from below and see how there's well, let's look at it from the front. You'll see that there's a split now. So now there's space between them. Hit the fillet tool, the bottom edge here, and that's way too big of a radius. So I'm going to hit R for radius, and I'll change this to 0.25. There we go. I like that. Hit enter to accept it. Now let's hit enter to apply it and then to accept it. Now I'm going to do the same fillet here to the top of the metal part here. There we go. Enter, enter. And I'm going to do another fillet to the bottom of this one. But this one's going to be a little bit more profound. So radius, I'm going to make this 0.5, half an inch. Enter and enter. So that looks more realistic. Now I just need to move this guy back down on top of the metal part. And now it looks more like a stool from an old diner. Zoom in on it a little bit. Let's change this to realistic. And now we have that edge. I'd probably want to play with it a little bit more and change this to more of a chrome instead of this dark metal color. And I'd have to add a background to make it render properly and so on and so forth. So, oh, there we go. That looks a little bit better. Anyway, so that's working with fillets and materials and giving curves and all that kind of stuff. Thanks. Have a great day.